Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Building with Whip. Today is episode 144. You heard it right, we are 6 episodes away from our grand world tour, which is freaking awesome. Last episode though, we built up this cool Dockmaster's house here, threw up our little tree with some little shrubberies outside, did some leaf blocks to hide up a few bad things that we couldn't figure out how to build, and we built this awesome guy. Over here, I did come in and mess around with this statues data pack. So these are all a bunch of armor stands that are holding some fish up in here, kind of making it look like the fish are sticking out of the ice. I thought it was kind of fun to mess around with those guys. If you guys want to see more stuff along that lines moving forward, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. However, today's episode, we're going to be working on something that you guys have been yelling at me about for quite some time now. Everybody in the comments for the past little while has been constantly saying, Whip, you got to build a blacksmith. You got to build a blacksmith. So today, guys, we're going to be throwing a blacksmith right back in here. We got to get the road in, of course, to make it look all fancy schmancy and make it work for us. So, you know, that's obviously going to be coming up here very soon. But yeah, that's something we'll be working on here in just a sec. I'll get that road in. But before we start that, I got a question for you guys. Do you prefer to make farms to gather your resources, or do you prefer to go out into the world and gather up everything all by yourself, making it every single block you break gives you a block that you can place down? I'm curious to hear what your guys' opinions are on that one, because I, for one, as far as doing the YouTube contents and things like that, as much as I wish I could spend hundreds of hours out there mining for iron and cobblestone and gold, or not cobblestone, we do mine for all that. There's no way to automate that, really. Well, I guess there technically is. But yeah, I just feel like that type of stuff, I need to cut some corners there, but I really do love myself a good old mining session. So I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say about it. Do you guys often go forward with kind of building up your own stuff and building up all your iron farms and all that stuff, and then bring in later potentially like that's when you get like a gold farm, or do you give yourself certain milestones before you get to it? I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. Mostly I'm thinking about getting some sort of a smeltery setup, like a giant auto smelter. Similar because like we're doing this big blacksmith here today, so I'm thinking about getting one of those kelp farm auto smelters set up soon so we can kind of have that stuff to work with. I don't know, I thought that'd be kind of a cool thing to mess around with, so I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say about it. Anyways, let me go ahead and figure out what this road's going to be looking like. It's raining here, so I'll go ahead and get rid of that guy. Ooh, it's thunder and lightning only. Oh, I don't have it on me. Can we? Ooh. We could go do some fun stuff. Does this do the lightning strikes? Oh, I gotta see it. I've never used this thing in thunderstorms before. Let's see. Mr. Cow, are we gonna get you? No. And anything? Oh, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that. All right, I'm gonna mess around with this guy here for a little bit. Oh, hi, zombie pigman. Right, pig, lightning, zombie pigman. Cool. What do we do with you? They like disappear when you hit them. What the heck? All right, let me go ahead and finish this road up, guys. I'll be back with you soon. There may have been a few casualties here, and we might have lost a finger due to this arrow. But we got a pretty cool zombie head. Totally forgot you could supercharge creepers with them and then get this to blow up and get mob heads. So, you know, we got a fun zombie head out of this one. Anyways, back to the path. I decided that while I was out kind of looking for ideas for what we're going to be using to build this guy, I wanted to go ahead, instead of using kind of like the stone walls like we've been using everywhere else, we'd go ahead and use some dried coral. So I want to go ahead and try using some dried fire coral block, which is that one. I think it'll look really cool and kind of give more of a rough feel. But before we do that, I actually went ahead while I stopped by a coral reef that we're working on to grab up our coral shulker box. Of course, that's where I left it. And I found a few tropical fish swimming around. So I want to go ahead and drop these guys in here. This is for you guys though. If you guys have names for what we should name these 3 guys, let me know, because I need some good names. We need to get a bunch of fish coming out into here. So if you guys got ideas for names, maybe some type of a trio or something, because we got this dude right there. He's a nice little purple and yellow guy. Then we got that one. He's a nice little white and black one and gray, and he's really cool. Then we got that guy. He's a little colorful dude. He's like yellow and white and a little bit of gray on him. Oh my gosh, I think those guys are super cool. And now that we use the bucket to pick them up and move them, they're just going to chill and wander around this area, which means that we got our first fishies added to this little place. So if you guys got name ideas, be sure to let me know. Fish naming aside, it is time for us to get focused in here on the build. So what we're going to do is basically we're bringing these guys up on the sides here, just up a little bit of the ways. I've kind of come up with a little bit of an idea of what I want to be doing in this area. So it basically involves bringing these 1, 2, 3, and 4 all the way up to the top. and then filling in these sections here with our dried fire coral block so that we can get a little bit extra bits of detail in here. And I think it'll look really, really cool once we can get all this stuff in. So the plan is basically to bring it all up to here. And now obviously we're out of the dried one, so we can place it in the live one and watch them die right in front of our very eyes. Perfect, cool. Those guys are all dead. And then after that, what I was thinking for a staircase would be kind of fun to work our way up to the top is basically by bringing them all the way out around here. So right here, we actually get to be at a really interesting point where we can actually basically just go ahead and bring that guy right up here. So it kind of makes it, actually, no, we want to go ahead and make that guy straight and then we bring it up. Okay, cool. That's what we want to be doing right there. And then this basically jumps up to a slab right there. And we got our top entrance into our second floor, which is where the house for this guy is going to be. We're going to have the smithy area and storage room for said smithy down at the bottom, and then up at the top we're going to be having this cool little house area for the guys to live in, whoever manages it or whoever does like the maintenance and whatnot around this area. And of course we want to add some little guardrails here because it's a little hard to balance in this area because of what we're at in here. So we want to go ahead and do this, and then here we can go ahead and push that guy out right there, place another coral block right there to kill it, and then do that, pick up our coral block, and then perfect. So that's basically bringing it up as high as I want to for this side. Let me go ahead and get these walls in, guys, and I'll be back with you and we can go ahead and bring up the rest of it. Alright guys, welcome on back. So I've got the base layer of this guy put in on the top so we can get to work on that here in a sec. I also came in and detailed the road out here just a little bit to get a little bit more detail in here, smashed in here so it's looking a little bit better than that massive cobblestone sheet that was across here. Now though, we gotta go ahead and move on up to the top of this guy where we can start actually making some good stuff. For starters, we can throw our door right there so that we got that marked down, and let me go ahead and get these guys back on the hotbar. Not quite sure how they got moved off. After that, I wanted to go ahead and basically bring you and our axe and bring this up to 4 high so we can go ahead and do this. And then bam, 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 bring these all the way up. We're gonna basically just build up the front of this stuff here with you guys together so that we can get this kind of all ironed out and make sure it looks super nice. And then on this side, we wanted to go ahead and do bam, 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 bam. And then we're going to do a bit of a window here. You guys know I love my windows in these builds, so we're always going to be adding in plenty of them. So we can do our glass panes right there, move that guy all up to the top, and come out to our last one right here and move him all the way up. So after this point though, we're all the way up here, good to go, and we are going to actually push this guy out another block here just to give ourselves an extra little bit of room to detail and making it overhang this little side street a little bit more, just again for that extra little bit of detail. I think it looks super, super cool when we do it this way. Then we can go ahead and bring in our trapdoors and kind of just hang this stuff all along here so it all looks like it's hanging up here correctly. After that, we can go ahead and basically just go bam, bam, and bam. We're just doing a small floor on the top of this guy, so right like that, just those 3 across. And then here I actually wanted to go ahead and do these guys, and then bam, bam, and bam, basically the same way that we're making this bottom floor, just so that we get these extra little bits of detail with those sides sticking out. As you can see right there, it just makes it look a little bit smoother and a little bit more interesting than being a flat sheet of our strip logs. So we want to go ahead and do all those guys and then get our glass panes back down. And we're just doing some 1 high windows on this guy. So we got to go ahead and again get these guys all in and bam, bam, bam. Strip the ones in the front, and we can do that guy for now, and bam, and then bring ourselves back into here, doing all this stuff up all the way to the top, and then bringing our spruce logs in on this far side. And that should look pretty cool as far as the front of this house is going. Yeah, okay, perfect, that's awesome. All right, so next step on this, guys, we're gonna get the roof on. We're gonna need a lot more spruce for this, however, so let me go ahead and pick up some more and I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and threw in some beams right here, just kind of stretching all the way across. I'm leaving this middle one open just so that we can have some room to kind of work through this area, get a little bit extra detail out in here. But anyways, what we're doing across the top of these guys, just to make it a little bit more interesting, we're actually going to make this stuff go up 3 high at a time. This will help us get a little bit more of a point to the top of this thing, and it should make it a lot more interesting. So we can kind of go ahead and bring ourselves in all the way to here. And this guy is going to be going up straight back here, I believe. Then doing that and Perfect. Yep. Okay, so that puts us at our even point right there in the middle. We'll fill this all in with oak wood because we're going to be using our stripped oak wood again on the sides of this stuff, just to, again, bring in that similar theme throughout the entire build. And it should be looking pretty freaking cool. So we can go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and 3. And we are way up here compared to these other builds, which is kind of exactly what I wanted. So we can see that stretching all the way up there to the top instead of these guys. So we got these back buildings kind of overlooking this front area, and it just kind of helps it be on a whole nother level and just be a lot more detailed throughout. So I'll tell you guys what, let me get this over here to over there, and I'll be back to you and we can work on what this actual shape is going to look like. After making a 100% staircase to get us up to the top here, we are ready to start building this thing. So for starters on this guy though, we are going to be using a stone brick outline. I typically avoid doing this. I really like to avoid using any form of a stone brick or a cobblestone or anything when making outlines or borders or anything for roof related, because I like saving that gray color to be able to use in the streets and things like that and keep that presence down there. But for this one, I think it's actually going to work really well. I want to go ahead and use this color here that we're working with right now for this gray border for it, because I really wish we had some form of like a gray shingle or something. I'm actually going to go ahead and knock these guys down here on the top, make them a little bit shorter so we can have something better to work with. So we have this border right here. We're going to bring, just to give ourselves a little bit more space to work with, we're going to go ahead and bring this stuff all the way around the bottom here and kind of loop this guy all the way around the base. And in just a second, I'll go ahead and bring that up the other side, but I want to show you guys a little bit more about what we're actually going to be building with here. So we got our gray stone brick here for the outside, and I thought it'd be cool to start bringing a little bit of the city colors. Yep, the city colors. We're going to be using green and blue and probably some of the other shades of this stuff while we're out here building with this stuff. So we're using some green terracotta right here just to try and make it look a little bit more colorful. I'm really thankful that I set up a cactus farm a while ago, because I had no green dye in my whole name, so I had to go back and smelt up a bunch of cactus. So I'm thinking this will be pretty cool coming all the way across here. We can go ahead and just kind of add all this stuff in up here as we go. I do have a few extra stacks down at the storage room, so I'm hoping we got just enough of the stuff going through here that we'll be able to make it work. But yeah, this should be pretty good. We're down 1 stack right there, so luckily we should have just enough. We're doing just barely over 1 stack per side, but I'm really hoping that the green color we can get kind of out through this area will actually really help it look super cool. We will go ahead and break it up a bunch as we're working with it. So again, we're going to bring that side down 1 just to make it a little bit better and easier to work with in general. And let's take a look at this guy. So big old gray border right there, and then we got our green roof in the middle. And I wanted to go ahead and break it up by adding in a 3rd floor to the building, or I guess a 4th floor, because we got 1, 2, then we get the little outlook right there. And it's going to come up into another one, and we're going to open up some big windows in here. Oh, I am way too low there. But I was thinking basically we could go ahead. I don't have the materials on me right now, but I wanted to go ahead and basically open a window up right here for that point. And then probably another window up right here, or maybe the next one in, probably right here, just so we can have a little bit more of a border to it. I'll tell you guys what though, let me go ahead and get the green in going all the way around here and get the stone brick border going on the whole thing, and I'll be back with you guys and we can move forward with building up the rest of this thing. All right guys, welcome back. We are looking rather tall and rather flat on both of the sides of this guy, so I think we do need to go ahead and get some more detailed bits up on those guys here very shortly, and we are rather far down on the ground now. Let's go ahead and just jump ourselves way up here for the top of this guy. So what we're going to be starting with here is we are actually going to be going ahead and tearing this a little bit down right here. And what I'm actually thinking is we're going to go ahead and move this guy over here so that's more in line with what we're looking at. So we can go ahead and obviously be bringing in our stripped oak logs that we're using kind of as our wall bits here. I do want to go ahead and eat some steak here real fast because my hearts are down a little too far into the scary points. So on here though, I wanted to go ahead and actually break these off and put some of those flat oak logs that we were using before. So kind of facing them there, and there. And then from here, we can go ahead and break all this guy down and bam, bam, bam. I thought this would be a cool place to do like some leaves or some flower pots or something like that. I don't have them handy on me right now, but I'll go ahead and throw those guys in here soon. I still haven't figured out quite what I want to do for the flowers and whatnot in there. But beyond that though, we can go ahead and bring in our spruce slabs right along here, and I was thinking we could go ahead and probably do this guy and then bring in some stairs like so, and then here we can go ahead and do a little action right like this and bring that out. Maybe, actually, that looks pretty dumb. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we can, so we got our slab right there, and no, I want the slabs to be like that, and I'm thinking we need to go ahead and turn him into a full block and do another slab right there, or we do an upside down stair. What about that? That works. Okay. The reason why I want to do this is I want to go ahead and throw in some spruce slabs kind of border, or spruce stairs, sorry, or no, fences. I wanted to throw in some fences bordering that, and then plop that guy right there along the bottom, and that should look pretty cool for a little bit of a window frame right along here. Let's jump out over here and look into it. Okay then. Well, let me fix this real fast. I think that works. If we do like a little flower pot right on there, I think we can make that work. So I was planning on doing that guy on there, and then I also wanted to go ahead and come over to this side. However, I do need to go ahead and get some scaffolding blocks to get us up to the height that we're at, because there's no way we can build things up there from this far down. So let's go ahead and pillar up here real fast. I want to go ahead and basically throw another one of those points right there that I was just talking about. One more level up. And here we go. Man, I cannot wait for the scaffolding blocks to be added into the game here soon, guys. Oh man, that's going to be so nice. So we're just going to build one of these guys up here again. This is actually something I took from one of Jancy's builds that I saw him doing. Just adding these extra little bits of detail, kind of like sticking out there like that. I think just adds so much extra life to the general shape of the build and everything like that. So I want to go ahead and test around with adding a few of those guys in here as well. But yeah, you guys got the general idea of what I'm looking at for these things. Let me go ahead and mess around with the roof here, see if I can't make it blend in a little bit more for that guy especially. And I'll be back with you guys, and then we can probably start tackling the forge and the actual blacksmith area of our blacksmith. So I'll be back as soon as I can. After a little while of messing around with this guy, I decided to go ahead and use some stripped spruce and then make some spruce overlookings right there. This green is a little too vibrant though for me almost. I think we're going to leave it for now, just kind of play with it. Leave it in the background and kind of see what happens. It's very smooth and very vibrant compared to like what we're doing with dark prismarine. We're doing a lot of woods, and even like the purple over there is a lot more toned down. That brings us on to what is actually the main part of today's episode. This little thingy thing back here. So we're going to be working on building up this guy. Hopefully we have just enough material to be able to do this. So I'm hoping we can get something cool here figured out. But basically we're going to start out with doing a base like this. And I wanted to go ahead and basically create an area out here for where the metal would be casting. So we basically have like the metals in here, which we'll be using some magma blocks to make it look like there's some metal in there or something, or just some molten things. Then right here, what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and break those guys, and then we can go ahead and break you. And if we do the redstone torches right here and right here, and then you'll see, oh, I needed that back down here. You can see if we put the trapdoor right there, it doesn't open. But if we go ahead and bring in that, you can see it opens. The redstone torches are powering it, and that's about all the redstone knowledge I have in this whole game. So that kind of covers these in here, and our iron trapdoors kind of turn this into like a little channel right there. Can we water or lava log blocks? Can anybody tell? Is that a thing? Because that'd be really cool if we put some lava kind of going in there. I guess it would spill out the other way. But I don't know. Might be something worth looking into. So we're going to go ahead and bring this guy up here a little bit, though, and turn this into a little place right there for all of the like looking in and looking outs of the good stuff going around the world. Then we can go ahead and bring these guys up and basically add a little bit more shape to the thing. Then back here, we can go ahead and bring this stuff up as well. And we're kind of looking at it like this. And I figured on the sides, we could go ahead and kind of start turning this into a good old chimney stack right here. I wanted to go ahead and bring these guys up. So right here, we'll do the front one. And then right on the back, we're going to actually go ahead and raise it up an extra few blocks right here. So it just kind of looks a little bit taller and thicker and more full in the area. Then from here, we basically just start bringing this guy all the way up to the very top. Actually, you know what? We're actually going to go ahead and bring this up. I'm changing my mind right here. We're changing it on the fly, guys. We're going to go ahead and do something like this. I actually want to kind of angle it out back a little bit more, because otherwise it'd be lining up right against the edge of that guy. So what we can do here is basically throw that on. I'm thinking I've used this design a few times before, but I don't know if I've shown it to you, where we basically just raise these guys all up, kind of going throughout like this, and we can kind of go ahead and raise him up to here. I do need another iron trapdoor and a cobblestone wall to put a little bit of a border on top of that guy. So let's go ahead and grab that stuff down here real fast. We should have some walls in one of these guys. I don't know. Meh, we can just make some new ones. Over here, we need 4 more of those blocks. Sorry for all the clicking in this clip, guys. A little bit more than I typically like. Also, stream update. You guys will already have seen this by now. The walls are totally in place over there as far as what the stone looks like itself. It's looking pretty freaking awesome. I'm so excited to have that wall just disappearing off into the distance instead of hard stopping at that tower. But yeah, that'll be a pretty cool one. Let's go ahead and try and jump up here to the top though. We can see if we can land on this guy. Hopefully this isn't lagging too bad for you guys. I really don't know what's causing that lag. I've changed with the video quality and everything like that a few different times just to mess around with it. But so the idea was basically to, oh, you can actually get on top. That's a good little fact right there. That'd be a fun parkour trick. Yeah, so that's kind of what I want to do with that guy. And then we can go ahead and jump on down here. And bam, there we go. We got our furnace kiln something or another down here for the smithy. I think that looks freaking awesome. I do want to go ahead though and bring in some terracotta and mess up it a little bit. I think I brought some down here. That's red sandstone. That is terracotta. Perfect. We do have a little bit of it. So we can go ahead and take a look at this stuff. Ender pearl our way up here to the top. I've seen a few people do this before. Got the idea originally from Jancy. So if we go ahead and do that, we can throw that in here. And just throw a few of these around just to kind of roughen it up and make it look like there's some more stuff going on there. I really want that block back. Yes. Perfect. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and mix those guys in around just a little bit here, guys, for the next few. See what I can't do. Maybe we can go ahead and like throw in like one right there and kind of make it look like, we want it to make it look like this is like a molding that they needed to like where it like chipped away or something. They had to come back in and fix it up a little bit. And so they used this block as kind of a way to pile it in here. So maybe we come up here and there's like one towards the top or something, maybe that guy. And that should probably be good for it actually, because we don't want to overdo it with that. We still want to make it look like it's brick. Okay, that's perfect. I like that a lot. Cool. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and detail out this area in here, get some more stuff planned out down in this area, and I'll be back with you guys real fast. All right, everybody, welcome on back. So we got some cool stuff going along here, and it's looking pretty freaking fantastic. Over here, though, we can go ahead and take a look at this stuff, and I really like it. So I ended up just cutting it off here because I think I want to throw a building in right here. I'm not too sure. I think I want to throw a long, skinny one in right there. So I didn't expand our roadway out anymore because I'm thinking about having the road basically come right up here, have the building there be like 5 blocks wide, then bring it out over here, then have a road go up that way, and kind of loop back in over there as kind of our back alleyway. Then we'll put some more buildings right along here, of course. So that stuff we'll tackle soon. Focusing on this little area, I came in here and threw in a few little crates and whatnot around the whole place. We got some flower pots on top of our slabs and our upside down stairs up there, which is looking great. And I made this little overhang right here. Just to give us a little bit of a cover while not covering up the whole super hot area so the air can still get out of here. All right, now into the actual smithy details. We got some iron bars here just kind of blocking it in. I don't know why. I just kind of figured they look nice. Threw an armor stand in here, moved him over just slightly so he's not occupying that full block. We got our anvil. We got our box of coal right back in here so we can pull some coal out if we need it. That's looking pretty dandy. Then we used our armor stand trick again that we used previously over in the little fish market area to bring in a iron sword and make it look like it's resting in the water, cooling down. And I thought that was a really cool little detail. Then we got another axe over there on the wall, maybe looking like a hammer or something like that. Threw up the doorway in here. Have not done anything yet besides move some of my furnaces in the back there because I figured it's the blacksmith. We probably want to have some furnaces out in front of it. Anyways, though, what I want to be doing next, though, as you can see, we got a little bit of green and we got a little bit of cyan wool on our hotbar. And I want to go ahead and work on this area here just a little bit more and turn it into more of a kind of, I don't want to say like a super fun looking area, but that's kind of the general idea, I guess. Let's see, that would come across to, does it go right there? I think that's the same height. Yeah, so we can go ahead and do that. Maybe we'll actually just attach this guy lower so it's not like fully hooked in up there. We can go ahead and kind of bring this across. We want it to basically look like there's some sort of a banner system going across here. So there's kind of a little dragging area. We just want some color. Bring in some more life into our alleyway back here, making it look like it's more of a event is going on. Maybe we have like this whole area themed around having some big old party or something happening. I thought that would be kind of fun to do. But we'll kind of play that by ear and see what happens here. So I wanted to go ahead and just take a few of these colors and things like that in here. Buff this area out just a little bit so it looks kind of fancy. Make it look all super colorful. Maybe we go ahead and throw a green in there actually. So we do our green right there. maybe this guy, we go ahead and do like a cyan right there. And we want to make it look like these colors are kind of just weaving around this stuff. Maybe they're even like hanging clothes or something. So we can go ahead and work our way up here just a little bit and have like one right there. And then we can have like a green one or something just kind of right in here. Maybe not. That might be a little too much. Maybe we do like the green guy. Huh. Yeah, maybe we do try that for now. We can go ahead and see what that one's looking like. That would be kind of cool. But I was thinking that'd be kind of fun. Just add some colors and whatnot around here. That looks like it needs to come down. Maybe we do like a too thick one. They're hanging down just a little bit. I like that. Okay, I like that a lot more. Here we can go ahead and just kind of... Well, we had you hanging all the way down there. Make it look like a fewer like double thick hanging down all the way. Man, that looks kind of cool. I like that one. We'll leave that guy for now, and you guys will have to let me know what you think about that one. I think that's pretty cool though, but anyways, I think that's probably time that we end this episode off. Let me go ahead and find a comment or question of the day, guys, and I'll be back with you and we can close this video out. You know, guys, I think we got something good going on here. Something about this little looking place right through here. Man, that makes me so happy to just have this area worked on, and it's gonna look so cool in the end. I plan on putting a little bit of like a garden area right in here so we get a nice splash of green. Then we'll do another little garden area right there. We still got to put our way to get up to this guy right up there so that people can actually get into the second floor of there, which I think will be pretty cool in the end. But man, this place is looking real great. I messed with that stuff a little bit more. And with that though, we do have our comment or question of the day ready. This one is coming in from Electric Line Gaming. This is something I want to cover for a lot of people here because a lot of people have been asking this one. He says, fWhip, I love the series. When the map is done, will you put it up for download, or will you take this map onto a server where we can hang out with you and stuff? No, so every 25 episodes, we will be doing a world tour and world download. I typically try and get some fun other content creator to come join me alongside the journey and just have some fun with them, exploring the world together and kind of showing off the world a little bit more. So first, if you guys have any guesses on who will be joining for episode 150, or if you have any suggestions, be sure to let me know that down in the comments. Second, though, the world download will be available after that episode is live, and we'll have that guy ready to go. However, moving forwards, my plan is to give early access to the download through the community server that I plan on setting up for people who are like a Patreon supporter or something like that, because I would love to be able to share it with people early and give them some extra benefits. So we'll put up like a world ready for download. People can jump in like adventure mode or something like that, and they can explore around, and maybe I'll give like survival access too for all the people. I don't know. That's the plan right now. If you guys think that'd be a cool idea moving forward, let me know. It's something to be working on down the road though, so nothing anytime soon at all. But I do hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode. I had a lot of fun messing around with something brand new. And we got the blacksmith in that everybody's been asking for. So we got that little guy smashed in back there. We got all these things ready to go. And I think for now, we're going to work on kind of moving up this way. My goal is to get like most of the buildings right in here done up to the main street. So we got this one planned out, ready to go for when we come back. It'll be a long little diagonal house right there. We can get that guy up here and ready to go. We got a bit of a raised platform that we could maybe throw some iron bars or something, or even like cobblestone walls across the top of. I don't know. We got plenty of ideas of things that we can use moving forward. So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you have things that you'd like to be seeing down the road, be sure to let me know that down in the comments, because I am very much using you guys for ideas of what to be making moving forwards. By the time the next episode comes out, that should definitely be done. We got those shulker boxes ready to go. I do need to go ahead and get some white concrete gathered up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. Please hit that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you on the fWhip side.